Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending on when you're going to be seeing this video. It's your brother, your boy, courserepscorner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's a corner. In this particular video, there is something very important I need to tell us. Please, you have to pardon me because this video is going to be long, but I want you to understand that something's happened for some reason. Like you have seen the title of this video, there is no way an Igbo man can be a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria vis-a-vis Peter Obi and other persons, any other person. There is no way. And this is one of the reasons why some persons still feel that yes, the Igbo race is full of envy, controversies, ups and downs, quarrels, and so on and so forth. I will explain. The video you are about to watch it's something very important that happened in my city not quite long ago. When I say not quite long, like I said, the video is going to be very long. I'm going to try to break it to the best of my ability so that you can get the full gist. I live in a part in Europe that is known as Northern Spain, and it's called País Vasco. In that city or that environment as a whole, the Nigeriaunion in that city have never been headed by an Igbo man. I'm coming, just please give me your ears so that you learn why an Igbo man can never be a president in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You remember when it was time for the last election, it was between Peter Gregory Obi of the Labour Party and Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the ruling APC. Do you remember? At that time, it was a fellow Igbo man who was a one-time chairman of Peter Obi's former party, talking about ABGA, that came out to say Peter Obi is cursed, that Peter Obi can never be the president of Nigeria, Peter Obi's brother. As if that was not enough, we have so many persons like Joe Ibokwe and the rest of them who are in the cabinet of the All Progressive Congress APC, who came out to say that Peter Obi, their brother, can never lead Nigeria. As if that was not enough, a clergyman, a priest of the Roman Catholic Church, came and said something. Hear what the Roman Catholic priest said. That is Peter Obi's brother, because he is from Enugu State, Peter Obi is from Anambra State. They are both brothers based on geographical zone, and they speak a language called Igbo language. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Now, the same election, a Yoruba prophet who happens to be a prophet of the Celestial Church in one of the southwestern states in Nigeria, came to his altar and made a comment. Listen to what the prophet said.
For Tinubu, I support Tinubu. You like it or not, I don't care. You know me, I am not afraid. You know why? Because if I say another Yoruba person I will support, that is the only Yoruba person I am saying. Hear me, journalists, if you want to write, write. If you want to attack me, attack me. I am not a bastard. I cannot be a Yoruba boy and go and vote for Igbo. I'm not afraid. I don't care. I'm not afraid. I have not eaten from Tinubu money. I'm not asking him for money, and I will never ask him for money. I don't need his help. God is my helper.
That is a prophet from the western part of Nigeria, from a part known as Yoruba. He happens to be the brother of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who eventually now is the present president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now compare a reverend father from the east who made that comment against his brother, and compared a prophet from the Celestial Church of God who made that comment about his brother, and tell me which of those two comments portray love. That is why I tell you, beating my hands in my chest and saying again, there is never a time that an ₦I̭BO man can lead Nigeria. I'm an ₦I̭BO man. I'm from Anambra State by God's grace, and peterobi happens to be my brother. In this particular video, I want to give us a story of how the Nigerian Union in my city works, or what transpired about 2 weeks ago. I don't know when I'll be doing this video. I had taken my time to gather my facts before I came out to do it. Now listen, let me tell us a story. Since the inception of Nigerian Union in my city, it has either been led by a Yoruba man, a Benin man, or other tribe, but never has it been headed by an lloI̭BO man. The last two executives, it was headed by a Benin man together with his brother, who is from Ishan, Benin and Ishan, both from Edo State. Along the line, we had this issue of them giving out power because they have been there for over 3 years, which is stipulated in the constitution that 3 years is the tenure that you can stay based on the constitution that we were given or we know of. They stayed almost, because I've been here for over a period of time. Since I came here, they have been the one in power. Eventually, Nigerians started getting fed up, and they refused to succumb to that pressure, and that was how we removed that government. On removing that government, an interim government was formed that was headed by a Yoruba man, with the condition that after a 2-year tenure of interim government, there will be an election that will see the first lloI̭BO president of the Nigerian Union in my city. Be listening, you know. Now, it has not gotten to that time of the election, and lloI̭BO community were asked to present 2 candidates. Eventually, you know, as elections are, there must be 2 parties, A and B. Then it wasn't different for the lloI̭BO community. The lloI̭BO community started noticing 2 different factions. One standing with the chairman of the lloI̭BO community, another standing with a senior man in the community, somebody who claimed to have been a stakeholder in the community, who have lived more than 10 years in the community. Now, see what happened. The lloI̭BO community was asked to present 2 persons to represent them for the post of the presidency of the Nigerian Union Association in my city. And eventually, it was time for an lloI̭BO man to lead. Unfortunately, this lloI̭BO man had somebody who was his vice chairman for the lloI̭BO community, who naturally or originally is not from the eastern part of Nigeria. Based on the history and the facts collected, this particular man is from Rivers State. But because in my city, I don't think I have seen anybody that is from Rivers State. We only have Edo State, then the eastern part of Nigeria, and the Yoruba part of Nigeria, which is the south, southeast, and the west and the southwest. Because we don't have this too much south. The only south we have here is Edo State. They are the majority, in fact. Then, along the line, the chairman and other executives thought that, yeah, this is a position for an lloI̭BO man, not a Rivers State man. It's our turn to lead. You know, we have not led this Nigerian community since the inception in Vitoria, in my city, in Paibasco. What do we need to do? Then, ESCOs sat down. God so kind, I happen to be the assistant secretary of the lloI̭BO community here in my city. Although I wasn't there physically because I started school and I couldn't meet up, but I was always briefed on the do's and don'ts during these meetings. And then the executive decided that they were to send somebody from the executive wing to go. Unfortunately, the other wing of the lloI̭BO community had presented this particular man based on the history, who is from Rivers State, who begged the Igbo community to be a part of us, to be the one they are going to select. I don't know who gave them that order, but they said they are presenting him, forgetting that the chairman of the Igbo community has a particular right as stipulated in the constitution, that as the chairman of the Igbo community, he has the right to represent the house when he deemed fit outside the jurisdiction of the Igbo community. It was stated in the law. They have the constitution. They can go through it. Now, see this bone of contention. Somebody is not happy with the Igbo chairman. Somebody will ask, why are they not happy with the Igbo chairman? The Igbo chairman is from Abia State, but is married to a woman from Edo State, a Benin woman to be precise. Do you understand? They are saying, why will he marry a woman outside the Igbo community? That one is a separate ball game entirely. Now, it got to a point that executive needed to sit down and make decisions on who will represent us. That was where the war started. As executive, we were 7 in number. 1 resigned. We were now left with 6. Inside these 6 of us, as I've said before, by God's grace, I'm one of those 6. And they brought it to the executive body, and it was maybe done by consensus. I wasn't in the meeting. Like I said, I started schooling. I couldn't go. And most persons who live in Spain will tell you that if the government gives you a school to attend, you must attend. They call it lambide curso or lambide course. Ask anybody, they'll tell you it's when the government say go here, you cannot miss a day except you have a certificate why you missed that day. So I wasn't conversant with the meeting, but I followed them through visual and maybe through course. As the case may be, they tried to impose the person that we did not want. After all, this particular man in question wasn't an Igbo man per se. He was just somebody who said, let me just be with you guys. And we don't have River State people here. I just want to be with us. That was the history we got. I wasn't here when he came. He has been here before I came. I'm just telling you based on what I gathered. Now, we decided and we passed a vote based on the executive that, yes, see who we want to go. The chairman of the Igbo community and the treasurer of the Igbo community were both selected. This did not go well with the other faction of the Igbo community who had presented the River State man to represent us. As the case goes on, we were served, executive of the Igbo community, we were served by these people an impeachment letter. I am very sorry to say, but I don't know if they are very naive people, or if I would say that. They don't know that this thing they call impeachment, it takes a tune, it takes a pattern. How can you impeach somebody without informing the government or the local government you are? For example, my name is in the local government as the assistant secretary of the Igbo community. You want to impeach me? I believe you should go to the local government. For example, I'm using local government so that some persons will understand me. I feel you should go to the authorities to report that you people have impeached these people. See what they did, right? They submitted a letter to us of impeachment without any form of stamp or signature or affirmation from the government. From the local government, let me use the word. We call it here ayutamento. Okay? Now, during this election day, it was time, during this day in particular, it was time for the election. And something happened. I will not want to tell you what happened. I will want you to see what happened. Then I will come back and tell you and continue the story. But first, let me show us what really, a little clip. I will not call it little. I will just call it, let me say, about 8 to 9 minutes. Like I said before, the video is it's long, but I'm trying to cut it so that we can understand how an Igbo man can never be a president of Nigeria. You know why? Because we do not have that love. Now, I want to show us what happened on that election day. A few copies, a few clips, so that you will see when these old questions was asked. Then I will now come back and tell you why they did not want the chairman and the treasurer of the Igbo community to represent the Igbo community in the Nigeriaunion. But for now, let's not go far. Let me just play this video for us. It's a bit noisy, rowdy, but you know that it's an election period and it might be very harsh or very, very loud. But please just sit back and listen to what transpired and how it went. I will come back after this video I'm about to show us to give us the roundup of this brouhaha. Okay, just let's watch together.
Is it in your house or in the general meeting of the Yorubas? Please, I'm asking.
Well, in the... He doesn't want to talk. Go ahead and talk. You're asking questions. You want to talk. Come on. Talk. Leave my way first. You don't want to talk. Say what you want to say. Don't ask us questions. You want to talk, you talk. You want to talk, talk. Don't ask us questions. Talk. You want to talk, you talk. If you want to talk, you talk. No, no, you sit down. You want to talk, you talk. Stop. Go they ask us questions. He ask us questions. You want to talk, you talk. Vice President, let's come back. Yes, at the record down. At the record down. You want to talk, you talk. Don't ask us questions. You're the top problem.
I'm begging everyone. Let us just be calm, be silent. Let us hear you now. I beg you. I am begging you. Please, let us hear you out. Please, Mr. Peter. Yeah. The house.
He asked us questions.
The house in Nigeriaunion said that each association should produce 2 candidates from their union, not from their house. The Yorubas, as we learned, produce 2 candidates from their union, not from the chairman's house.
Yes, sorry to cut you short.
The
president testified
yes, the Edos selected their own candidates in their union, not in the president's house. But the Igbos refused to bring the order of selection in the Igbo's union house. It was done in the chairman's house in 2 or 3, we are almost 60. And 3 people is deciding who will represent the Igbos. A father who refused to hear the voice of his children wants the house to fall. Any family that did not respect the voice of the children doesn't want the house to stand. And if our chairman refused to come back, let us see that nobody is against him being the president. But let him come out and tell all the members, just as we are here, I'm telling you, I want to be president. You said yes, this one said no, this one said yes, this one said yes, this one. Come out.
Thank you very much.
That is what we are asking.
Don't wait.
That is what we are saying that you come to the meeting, tell us what you want, and we will support you. But he refused. Please, let us speak.
Wait, we're going to talk. How many persons they talk? I don't know. How many people want to talk? See why Igbo don't be reflected by Nigeria? Igbo.
Please, let me make something clear to us. If we do not listen to them, we might not understand what they are saying. Let us listen to them. Even whatever you feel that the person is saying does not go down well with you, don't worry. Just listen and get their message. Please, thank you.
Grand Nigerian. I will start my question. This is my Nigerian constitution since more than 10 years. At least, many of us who here know me. I'm the one of the oldest person here in Vitoria. 25 years in Nigeria and Vitoria. We started Nigeria Association. We know how things are going. At times, we are blaming Nigerian politicians. They are too corrupt. or they are too this, then what makes a politician to be a corrupt? When you don't carry your fellow men along or something, you know something's wrong. Okay, I will cut it short, but if I try to explain you step by step, well, you know, say the reason we come here. We come here not to fight with anybody. We come here to make peace. We come here to So now
you are the one that caused it. Don't give me that chance.
We will see the men's Igbos here, and we the people that fought the established Igbo association here in Vitoria, and we know our condition, our future. So now, what is answer now? Our chairman of Igbo association doesn't carry us along. You do everything personally, which we serve letter to Edo Union and the Yoruba Union and many offices, which I will not mention here. That's why we come to make peace. And this campaign have go worldwide. All right. Now, the few people insist to say, if we still be a Nigerian association, then make sure that they stand alone. This is personal issue, not under Igbo association.
So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Now, no, nobody's saying anything anymore. Now, like I said to Ross, I said I was going to do an extraordinary thing, even though this is not the right time and the right place.
ዏ'Ibo man of lead Nigeria.
Which I know that this is not the right video and the right time.
You don't give them a chance, we'll talk. Election go wait.
However, like I told you, for the sake of balance, for the sake of fairness, we can let people hear their opinion. So, please, once again, I'm going to reiterate this that we got letters. Yes, we did. We got letters. These are the two letters. One came, a counter letter came.
Simple.
Now, as far as we are concerned, at the executive level of the Nigerian Association here, the Igbo, they do have their meetings, they have their head, of which we relate to directly. The same with the Yorubas and the Edos, that we relate to them directly. And these are the people that we know that they are charming, of which is very obvious. Now, in some complex situations, and all I know is, number one, for me, I try to identify what the problem is and where the problem is coming from. I know, one, it is political, purely political. And we don't need to cut our heads.
God bless you, sir.
Knowing that, well, we went through it. Okay, we heard. At the same time, another counter letter came. So, what do? We find ourselves in a situation whereby, okay, what do we do here? And we don't have to jump into a situation whereby there will be mistakes or, well, we are not listening to other people. No, that's all who I am personally. I am not like that. But knowing that, there is a constitution that we are following, as far as I'm concerned, I've even read the Igbo constitution as well, to some extent. But at the end of the day, I'm not even going into the constitutionality of what has happened, what has led to impeachment and counter-impeachment and so on and so forth. I'm not even into that. But at the end of the day, what did we do? We have to look into the database of the Paris Basco. Now, who is the chairman of India? And still remains this person here. And so it makes the person valid to contest as president of Nigeria. And
God bless you. Yes.
And that's why we are
Full stop.
No sentiments or whatever.
God bless you, sir. Case closed. That was the voice of the immediate past president of the Nigerian Union. His name is Mr. Afolabi. I've always told him I respect him as a person. He's a Yoruba man. Afolabi got the letter of impeachment but didn't say anything. Rather, called his fellow executive and they went to the database in the ayuntamiento, in the government palace, in the local government, as we call it in Nigeria, to make inquiry. Please, does this affect these people? Are they still the ones you have in your computer or in your files as the chairperson or the chairman of the Igbo community or not? And the Paibasco, which is mentioned, if you hear him, which is the ayuntamiento, the government, the local government as the case may be in various countries, confirmed that yes, our positions are still intact. You see, you do not do things because you want to do them. You do things because it is right for you to do them. And when you want to impeach somebody, there are some processes you must and should take. If you cannot take such processes, you are not ready to be a leader. I have been into school politics, university school politics. Ask anybody. If you have gone through the university school politics, you know how these things works. And that was how the issue was settled. And as God will have it, the election took place. But before then, somebody will ask, why were they against the chairman of the Igbo community and the treasurer of the Igbo community for contesting in Nigeriaunion in my city? This is just the reason. The chairman, who is from Abia State, is married to a woman from Edo State, while the treasurer, who is from Anambra State, is married to a Benin man from Edo State. Do you understand? Let me explain. The chairman of Igbo community in my city is from Abia State, Abriba to be precise. He is married to a woman from Edo State, a Benin woman. While the treasurer, who both of them were selected, is an Igbo woman from Anambra, but also married to a Benin man from Edo State. You understand? So that was where the whole anger flared up, and they were like saying that because they are both married to different parts of Nigeria, they are not considered as family. They even went as far as saying that since the lady in question is married to a Benin man, she is no longer an Igbo woman. Who says that? I don't understand. People are not even thinking. How can you say a woman, or because she's married to a man, is no longer an Igbo woman, she should just go and meet the husband and leave anything that concerns Igbo? She's no longer an Igbo woman. She's now a Benin woman because she's married. And they forget that to be a man, to acclaim a particular state or a place of origin, it's of different forms, different factors, either by birth, by origin, or by association. They forget this fact, and they were just saying that was where the majority, known as the Benin people, were very mad because they were referring to them. Because my brother is married to your sister. Is it a bad thing? Is that why you are saying she should not contest for the election? And that was how it all happened. But as God will have it, you know, sometimes we fool ourselves and God does the rest as God. We still went further with the election, and the person who we wanted to be our president emerged as president, while the other lady in question who contested with him went for the post of the treasurer of the Nigeriaunion. So I'm very pleased to present to us the newly elected ESCOs of the Nigeriaunion in my city, headed by Mr. Smith Obewu, who happens to be the Igbo community chairman. Like you know, in few months' time, we will be stepping down from the Igbo community as executive. Our positions is about 2 years. We should be expiring very soon. And so that is just one of the reasons why we had to leave that Igbo community and represent us in Nigeria as the first Igbo president of the Nigeriaunion in my city. So I just saw it, and I was I was there full time. If you can see me, I am wearing the blue jacket close to the white woman there. I was there from the start to the end, and I could tell you all that went down. Like I said, by God's grace, I happen to be the assistant secretary of the Igbo community, and I am not coming to come here and tell you things that did not happen. I was there live and direct, and I was among the executive that took that decision to send Mr. Smith Obewu and Miss Ndidi Amara to represent the Igbo community of my city, and I really want to thank God for it. All went well. The enemies that came, those people who wanted to have a puppet in office did not succeed. Those people who feel they were Godfather, who have been in the city or in the country for over 10 years, over 20 years, they could not succeed. And the spirit of the people spoke on that very day, and that is why I said I must have to share this. And to show you that a leader is called to lead, there was this particular document that they normally send to us here in Spain every year. It comes once a year. The former government so far have always collected money to share that document. But this particular government just entered and distributed a whooping 2,000 plus copies of that document for free. That will tell you a leader who is not there for the money, but there to push the ministry to the permanent side. Don't be surprised if they had kept that puppet there. They would have been able to manipulate him and make him do as if there's no tomorrow. But as God will have it, God standing by us, we were able to withstand the obstacle and we won that day. And I said no. I must have to take my time, gather my fat, take my breath, and then come and share it to my family here on social media. So guys, that's how it all went. I want to especially thank all of us who has always been with me. I want to appreciate us for always coming to watch my content. For those of us who have not subscribed or follow us in other social media platforms, please, I beg you, subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share so that we can move this ministry to the permanent side. Come away next time till you see me on your screen, guys. I leave all of us in peace.